Welcome to NuttieBuddie Entertainment. The ugly. Ew!
Okay, Chris, what's your first ugly?
I don't know about you guys, but I was really worried that Luke was going to get killed at the end. So I'm glad that he survived.
I was more concerned about his parents. I thought they might. Oh wait, no, that was.
Yeah. Uncle Owen and Aunt Brew were really in danger, but
How
luckily
much better
they
would it have been if Uncle Owen is the one who killed Reva, and then that was in front of Luke, and Obi-Wan came in and was all like, "See, you can't be doing this," and there was another confrontation or something. Like, it would have been better.
Well, also, it would have made much more sense when Obi-Wan left them at the end and was like, I trust you to protect the kid now, so I'll leave you guys alone. And it's like, well, didn't they just like almost let the kid die? Like, I don't understand why you trust them to protect him. So you're absolutely right, Luke. That would have made a lot more sense with the way they ended that storyline too.
Yeah. In Star Wars, he's like, I told you to stay away from that crazy hermit. So maybe in season 4 or 5 or however many they're going to make of this, we get to see like 14-year-old Luke going and hanging out with Ben or something. But at the end, all we can assume is what happens at the end of this series directly into Star Wars. All right. We can't assume there's going to be more. So all we see at the end of this series, he's like, hey, you want to go meet him? You want to go make a pal? They're friendly. Cut to Star Wars, and he's like, I told you to stay away from that. He's a crazy old hermit. You can learn nothing from him. No part of your life.
Yeah. So canon is bent, right? So we'll see if they'll put it back in place. So was your point, Chris, though? You said you were afraid for Luke.
Yeah.
Was your point that like all these characters, there was like zero stakes on like every single character except Reva?
That's a good way to say it. Yeah, there's no stakes. Leia is in danger. Well, no, not really. Is Luke in danger? No. Is Obi-Wan going to survive? Obviously. Are Uncle Owen and Aunt Brew going to survive? Obviously. Are we deepening any of our characters' understanding or making Star Wars better by what happens to them? No. So what's the point? Reva by default should be the most interesting character because we've never seen her before and we don't know what's going to happen. So, they dropped the ball on her, but by definition, she's the only one that's a mystery. So what were you going to say, Brian?
Oh, we talked about, me and Ryan talked about it on our week-to-week like podcast, and it's there's no stakes because we know exactly where these characters are going to end up. So when Leia's getting interrogated by Reva, we're like, she's going to be fine. Like nothing's going to happen to her. It's the same thing with that last scene with Luke. It's like, she's not going to kill him because obviously he's in the end of this. It's the same thing with like the Vader fight. He wasn't buried by rocks because we know Kenobi survives this and beats him. So yeah, that's the issue when you bring in these characters that already have, we know where they're going to be in this part. So, it doesn't really give it that gravitas as I think they wanted to, like, raising the stakes and more like suspense because we know it's going to be all right.
So, and then, this is the question I was going to bring up earlier. I just say it now too. Why didn't Obi-Wan just kill Vader? I know he can't because we know he can't, but he had the second chance. He kicked his butt. Vader's like, his life support's fuzzing and crackling and his mask is all destroyed. He's just like stands there like crying, like, go kill him.
He can kill Vader, but once he cuts that mask, he sees Anakin in there, and that's where he can't kill him.
Yeah, you're right, but
no, it's dumb. Why? Like again, this is where lazy writing comes into me. Like, why couldn't like the Inquisitors show up and like give Obi-Wan a reason to run from that situation? That's all you need to do. Like, because Obi-Wan's too good of a guy to leave Anakin alive because he knows not only what he has done, but what he is capable of and what he does. So like in essence, like to me, like Obi-Wan has to take some of the blame for the next 10 years of chaos that Vader causes, because if you could have ended him. Like lazy writing to me, like just if you had the 3 Inquisitors come and do their like spinning blade things like after Obi-Wan, like to get him to run away from Vader, like okay, that makes sense. He couldn't finish him off. They didn't give him time to, but I just felt like that was lazy. Like, oh, he has to live, so we'll have them have a passionate speech, and then he's just gonna walk away. And I'm just like, come on, that doesn't make sense.
I don't want to see Obi-Wan cry either. I don't know. It's just me. I don't need to see
I wish he would have tried to convince Anakin to come back, because remember that scene in Return of the Jedi where he's like, you're, Obi-Wan thought once as you did, it's like, it would have been much, like make the most of that scene. Like if you're going to bend canon, like make the most of that scene. Luke, did you have something to say?
I disagree that it would have been better if like the Inquisitors showed up, because then you'd be rightfully complaining that Darth Vader needed these weak Inquisitor guys to come and save him from Obi-Wan. Like that would be like the ultimate weakling move.
Well, obviously he needed someone to save him.
Yes.
One could argue that he won the fight, but was blinded by the fact that Ryan originally told me when we were talking about this. He's like, how did he not sense that Obi-Wan was still alive? And I didn't like that either. I have issues with that whole rock thing and all that stuff too. But like when it comes down to it, it's 2 different philosophies, or at least in how the Force works there. Where Obi-Wan was saying at the end of the show, I'm done worrying about this stuff. The Force will take care of it. The Force will allow Luke to grow up and to be who he needs to be. It will do. It was like he was back to being a Jedi. So to me, when he walked away at the end, that was what a Jedi would do. That is a defenseless guy.
No, it's not.
That is a defenseless guy, Ryan.
He wouldn't leave a Sith. He wouldn't leave a Sith Lord alive.
He's not an executioner. He's now defenseless, like Count Dooku was when Anakin killed Count Dooku, and he's like, I should not have done that. He was defenseless. That is not the Jedi way. Here he was choosing to be a Jedi in that moment.
So
and one could argue that had he not done that it could have set off a whole different course where Obi-Wan could have turned evil or something like that.
Also, guys, we know that Vader is alive. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The only way that we get to episode 4 is Vader being alive. So,
right. So you have
Ryan wants a reason.
In the first place.
Ryan wants a reason for why Obi-Wan would not just go and kill him right there. And what I'm saying is that to me it made sense that he wouldn't do it, because that's not how the Jedi work. They don't go and just kill someone.
Well, when the Jedi are fighting, I guess he shouldn't have killed Darth Maul. He should have just like chopped his legs off and then left him alive.
Technically. I mean,
no.
He didn't technically, but see, the difference is Darth Maul was not defenseless.
Yeah.
He didn't move. Did you see the shock on his face? He wasn't moving. He was defenseless. He was so shocked that
he had a lightsaber and he was.
He didn't have his lightsaber out.
He only had half his lightsaber. Here's the problem. So I get where you're coming from with the Count Dooku. It's a good kind of barometer. So what did Anakin say should have happened to Dooku? He should have stand trial. That's what he said. He should have went and stand trial. So in a sense, he needs to go and receive justice.
The Republic no longer exists, Ryan.
Correct. That's the big point. The Empire's in control. They're tyrannical. So the only justice that can be served to Darth Vader at this point to pay for the crimes that he committed would be to kill him.
That's not the Jedi way, Ryan.
It's the Jedi have
Jedi
killed.
don't exist anymore.
You're gonna have to show me where in episode 4, 5, or 6 that George originally wrote that the Jedi were executioners at some point, because that would be canon.
Here we go. Empire, the Emperor. I mean, Vader turns into a Jedi and throws the Emperor off the balcony to kill him.
Who lived and apparently caused episode
right, but he
7,
didn't
8,
know
9,
that. He thought he was killing him, and it was so much of a sacrifice that he was able to become a Force ghost. So apparently, it can be the Jedi way.
Was that
Because-
an executioner? Was he defenseless, or was he trying to force?
He was defensive when he was holding the guy up. And here's the other
Was he
thing.
tring to force lightning and kill someone at the moment?
I think
Because
we're really stretching the limits of defenseless here.
Yeah, I know. But like,
Now,
listen,
wounded in combat does not mean defenseless.
I don't
Right.
know. I don't know.
I'm
I feel
just
like at
saying-
that point he'd already won.
he already and then Vader goes on to kill more Jedi and people and rule with the Iron Fist. So at least he was a Jedi. His conscience can be
Yeah.
cleared in that moment. That's great, bro.
Yeah.
He was trusting in the Force,
Yeah.
Ryan. He
All
chose-
I-
he was
All you
trusting
need to
in the
do
Force.
is be like, hey, this is the reason why Obi-Wan left and didn't finish off Vader. We wouldn't even be having this discussion, right? Like, it's just smart writing to me.
Did you
I
want?
just-
Did you want the ground to crack open and separate between Rey and Kylo
Okay.
Ren from each other? So that is that what you
I
wanted?
wanted. You saw Avatar: The Last Airbender, though, right? Like you've seen all of the season. Didn't that terrain look like where Fire King Ozai and Aang fought with the rock pillars all around them?
It would have been. It would have been an interesting.
It looked like
callback
it
if
looked
they
like
would've
a
started-
set that they made really, really easy and cheap, and then they could put inside the volume. That's what it looked like.
That's fair. Okay, let's go to another ugly, guys. We got to get Brian to bed.
I'm good. I don't got work tomorrow. I'm just worried everybody's gonna think you guys aren't gonna talk anymore.
Oh no,
after this.
he's actually over. We're gonna probably debate a bunch of NBA stuff. This is me,
Yeah.
me and Luke.
Yeah, I'm in a different room right now. This is not my room with all of these sweet
Pick puzzles.
big
Puzzles.
Yeah, those,
Yeah,
are,
puzzles.
those are awesome.
Yeah, but he's over right now. Yeah, no, me and
Oh,
Luke.
gotcha,
This is
okay.
the way we talk to one another. I'm gonna have to hire you, Brian, to come up and hang out sometime and help me figure out the having the mic in the same like you and Sarah do. But anyway,
Okay, sounds good.
let's see here. Let's see. Who did we not get an ugly from yet?
I think we just did one ugly, guys.
Only one.
I have one that's
honestly.
I have one that's not confrontational.
Because I have two and I have not done either. So
Okay.
go
Let's
ahead,
bang it
Luke.
out.
Go ahead, Luke. Thanks so much for listening to this clip of the NuttieBuddie Entertainment podcast of the great, the good, the bad, and the ugly for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. If you'd like to listen to the rest of the podcast, go down and click on one of the links below or search NuttieBuddie Entertainment wherever you listen to podcasts. Please also subscribe to our channel, like the video, and comment down below and let us know what you appreciated about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series or what you didn't appreciate. Maybe you're great, good, bad, and ugly. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will talk to you guys next time.